Ange Postecoglou is not the only problem at Nottingham Forest despite the tricky tree's current 9-game winless streak. Nottingham Forest's 2-0 defeat at Newcastle before the international break heaped the pressure on Postecoglou and left the club 17th in the Premier League table. Postecoglou is already at risk of the sack at Nottingham Forest after having a disastrous spell since replacing Nuno Espirito Santo. It does not get any easier for Nottingham Forest after the international break when Chelsea travel to the City Ground. Despite current struggles on the pitch, Postecoglou is not the only problem to contend with at the City Ground right now. Nottingham Forest's appointment of Edu looks to currently be backfiring. As per the Daily Mail, 14th of October, "I think if they could have their time again, they'd certainly do things differently, but going for Postecoglou is not the biggest mistake," the Daily Mail reported. The real rash move was bringing in Edu on a huge contract without determining first of all whether he could work successfully with Nuno, and how it would affect the existing recruitment structure, George Sirianis, Ross Wilson, and Pedro Ferreira, with Marquinhos leading from the front. There is no suggestion that Wilson joined Newcastle because of Edu's arrival. But he has gone. Ferreira may return to Benfica and Sirianis has admirers elsewhere. Regardless of whether Forest sack Postecoglou, they need to work out quickly how they move forward with Edu in such a key role. Edu's time at Arsenal means he was seen as a coup by the club when he arrived, but the Brazilian currently looks to be creating more harm than good. Marco Silva and Sean Dyche framed to replace Ange Postecoglou. Marquinhos will not be afraid to sack Postecoglou should results not improve at the City Ground, with the possibility that defeat to Chelsea could land the club in the relegation zone should any team below them win. Fulham boss Marco Silva and former Everton boss Sean Dyche are both the leading contenders to replace Postecoglou. Silva's contract expires at the end of the season, and he has managed to stabilize Fulham as a top-flight club.